Good evening, and welcome to another segment of the new Black Leadership here in the studios of Intellectual Radio. And we are very thankful, very pleased and honored by the grace of Almighty God to give us yet another opportunity to get it right, to inspire, to motivate, to do everything necessary to change the condition of Black people, poor people, brown people, change the condition of humanity as a whole. And so we are forever thankful to our Creator as the new Black Leadership Coalition. We have some uh, very pointed, specific principles around one of the things that I really wanted to talk about in my commentary before I introduce today's guest, and that I'm very pleased that he's here live in the studios. First of all, let me thank Brother Minister Michael Muhammad, the founder of the New Black Leadership, and Brother Harold Davis, who was here with him last week. And Mike, we really thank you, bro, for having a unique spirit and a unique way of digging at the mind and heart of our people and society as a whole. It's not just boldness that you need, but it's clarity more than anything. Anybody could come over the airs and talk. But when you have been groomed in such a way and fashioned in a way that, although it's like a ball player, it's like an athlete or a dancer, a lot of people can do it, but then there's a unique thing about a gift that the Creator has deposited in you, and then you use it. So it ain't about popularity. It's not about how much money you have, how many viewers, how many hits you get. Because, I mean, if you really want to know the truth, Jesus, while he was on the planet, didn't have a lot of followers. So, it's comfortable, even Dr. King. So I just want to thank you, Minister Mike, for that type of tenacity, bro. And we all benefit, as new Black leaders, as activists, and as caring individuals who are not over these airwaves to create havoc or to create disunity or confusion. Our goal and objective is to change the wretched condition of our people and community and bring thought leaders and people together on one accord. So today, Brother David, very quickly, I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. One, when you hear about DACA, you hear about, Trump's, State of the Union speech, you hear about um, a lot of things that are not going good constantly in our community. And that's why I really want to talk with you about your upcoming event and see how that connects and how does that benefit us as a people. So when I think about DACA, I'm thinking, I'm looking at that and we are very disappointed. And Mike, I stole and I didn't steal it because God gave it to you. So I ain't stealing it. But you are so right. There are some very beautiful Black elected officials. They are good people, but they are not fighters. They're not organizers. They didn't get into this whole piece. And some of them, I think they feel like they are, in that position. But unfortunately, someone said if you're not at the table, you on the menu, but we at the table and on the menu. And that's a problem when you at the table and then you look up, you on the menu. I thought about that today. Folks like, well, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. But I gotta say this to Erica Badu. I was thinking about her because, I forgot this guy's name. It's not worth even remembering his name. But I said, Dick Gregory, Baba Dick Gregory said, stop thinking that we have to respond to the white man, any man. So the audacity and the nerve of someone to question who we associate with, who we love, who we respect and honor. I mean, what kind of damn nerve is that? Do we question them? So we got to stop being on the offense or on the defense and go on the offense when somebody says some stupidity to us. And they all upset about this picture that has surfaced with the Honorable Brother Minister Farrakhan and Barack Obama smiling in a very joyous occasion, very friendly, brotherly, loving picture. And they are hot. How stupid are you? You was friends with Mr. Weinstein, and you still are. You exploit our people with all kind of dumb movies and music. Are you mad at yourself? You got the nerve. The minister record is clean. It's clean, crystal clean. And I'm just upset because we still answering to hypocrites, to demonic forces that got us all bent out of shape. You know, and I gotta say this, bro, and you weigh in, David, in a minute on whatever you want and talk about whatever you want. But that's why we pushing unity, man. Ain't no way out of this without unity. Forget about it. I mean, it's almost a waste of breath and time to come over these precious airways if you're not talking unity. We got the brain power. We got the intellect. We got the money. We got everything we need but unity. Every damn thing. And everybody want to be all, I'm over here, I'm over there. Well, damn it, you working for Satan then. As long as you stay over there and we don't come together, you work with the enemy. I'm telling you, I don't care if you have a radio show. I don't care if you call yourself an activist. I don't care if you call yourself an organizer. You got money, you do this. If we're not unified, your work is in vain. It's just for you to do. But we ain't gonna make no progress. And then the other piece is, lastly, organizing. If you're not organizing, but you gotta have unity, and then once you get the unity, you gotta organize. And then that's why when Mike mentioned to me, and I've said this to many people, we gotta organize our vote. How the hell can you just blindly vote without organizing it? And not just that cheap stuff, you know, we got to vote in our best interest. No, we got to vote for liberation. We got to vote for some real tangible changes. As soon as somebody get in office, you say you want to be a judge, are you fighting for injustice? The hell, I look like all of you clowns come around every year. Have you met some judges that's getting black people out of some of the, I mean, I'm sure there's some out there. I don't know any. Now that's bad and good, but it's a reality. Why do you want to be a judge? Why would you want to be a judge? Why? I mean, that's why I love you, Sister Kim Fox. I think you're a very bright girl, but we didn't give you that damn seat so you can just be popular. And then, you know, it was a great opportunity, but don't get in there and go along to get along. And all of a sudden, all we do is see you at galas. No, either you're going to fight for the people or your butt going to be there short. We did all that stuff, and now, you know, you all are missing in action. I'm just tired of people missing in action.
The passion is warranted, brother.
Brother David Peterson, the director, not anybody, but the director of the A. Philip Randolph Pullman Porter Museum. And not only that, but the brother, one time I think somebody called you an activist or called you organizer. You went to the moon with some other things that you I mean, broad. and which I love. I mean, not to cookie cut everybody that comes, but you are a member, co-founder of the New Black Leadership, brother. And I'm happy to see you, man, and always thrilled to hear from you.
I appreciate it, man. It's definitely a blessing to carry this universal energy with me, so that I can be used as a vessel, during this time to deliver a message to somebody, stand in the gap to hand over some resources to our people, who genuinely need it.
Yeah, we need it. But it's this unity piece. I mean, it's almost like a joke. If you add and do the math, if we don't get it together, man, we at an age, and no matter what your age is, we're not going to see progress in our lifetime because we're afraid to fight. Mm-hmm. This thing ain't going to change. I don't give a damn what Mr. Trump does. That has nothing to do with us.
Mm-hmm. And that's why, the irony of me being here is I'm carrying a legacy with me. I'm carrying a story with me that we're preserving and interpreting. And that's the story of the Black labor history movement. You know what I mean? Which spearheaded the civil rights movement, but was grounded and rooted in economics at the very end of the day, and that's why we tell this story we've been telling this story for 23 years. And we're not just telling it just because it's cool story to tell. This story is invoking a spirit and keeping a spirit alive that shows that hard work, determination, and self-sufficiency is our only way to liberation. We've been saying the same thing for 23 years. And now that this gentleman is in office that a lot of people don't like, now people are finally getting it, that we need to have our own. Oh, we need to do this. We need to stand up, and all this. But we've been saying that because regardless of who the counterpart is in that seat, the republic is still the same. You know what I mean? It was strategically designed to oppress a class of people, a race of people that was classified as 3/5 of a human being. You know what I mean? So that document, they didn't make any edits. I mean, did they? Did you all hear about some edits? That stuff is still there.
Hey, bro.
You know what I mean? So
masterfully.
Yeah, that stuff is still there. So, while we're upset on the surface, because we don't like someone's jargon, we should be more upset at the fact that there is a republic that still considers quote unquote Black people 3/5 of a human being. You know what I mean?
Can I respond to that? The way we acting, we are only using 3/5 of our damn energy and power.
Absolutely.
So it's, I never thought about it like that.
No,
but if we use the full potential of who we are, you can call me whatever you like, but I'm going to be doing the stuff that matters. So we so stuck, bro. We so stuck. The man did a unbelievable job to the psyche that we are concentrating on stuff that ain't gonna advance the cause.
Right. And see, that's why it's important that we have people in position that have been vetted and trained to do what it is that they do, so that we don't have plumbers trying to prepare meals for us. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it takes a certain level of discipline, study, and focus in order to do anything. So why is it that in terms of activism or community development, we so freely and casually let people step into those places who aren't qualified to be in that space?
Bro,
you know what I mean?
If you saw the Bucket Boys and they beating the drums,
right,
and you see the little brothers sagging,
right,
you see them when it's hot, they shirts off,
right,
you ride up there. Either you roll your window down or you don't.
Or
you look away or you don't.
You keep straight.
You speak to them or you don't. I'm just telling you, we got cowards.
Yeah.
That call themselves leaders and actors. We got people say that they Christians and Muslims and they saved and they all religious. But damn, they scared of the poor. They scared of people who need help.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, this stuff is real serious of the damage that's been done to us. And we're afraid. We scared. We scared, brother. I'm telling you, man, that book is so accurate. We're afraid to let go of the slave master. We just want to assimilate and fit in. All we want to do is fit in and we happy.
So one thing we got to continue to keep in mind, two things that are very valuable is time and energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
wasted energy.
What we give our energy to is what we're building or destroying. So at the very end of the day, you know what I mean, everything that we think about, everything we act on should be something that essentially is moving us toward liberation and self-sufficiency of our people. So with that being said, you know, we're focused on telling this story because once again, this story is the proof of concept that hard work and determination and organization and unity is the only thing that has ever had a proof record of what helps us move to the next level, right? I say that to say we have a lot of different speeches that we can reference during Black History Month that made us feel a certain way, but there is a line of events that took place with the Pullman Porters, with the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. Pardon me, the Pullman Porters is what they were called when they were named after the man's name who built the company, and in that light, they're looked at as machinery. So we take pride in telling the story of the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, the union side of it that gave them the charter under the American Federation of Labor. So once again, we're doing the same thing we've been doing for 23 years. You know.
So what was their goals ultimately?
I mean, economic equality, and equity. You know what I mean? I mean that's what it was all about at the end of the day. You know what I mean? They wanted to be able to be compensated for the superior service that they knew that they were delivering, which was increasing the value of the company. They wanted to be able to be treated just like the white union workers were working. You know, Eugene Debs, the white gentleman, he organized those workers and they went to strike 1894. You know what I mean? So they said, well, we want to do that too. You know, they showed him. I mean, you know, they showed them the proof of concept. So it's important that we telling the story because, you know, this year, once again, it's about to be 23 years we've been telling this story, you know, and it's right before Women's History Month. And the irony in that is, you know, this institution, the only institution of its kind in the world, it was founded by a single Black female. You know what I mean? In a misogynistic society where she was tormented and literally almost crushed by local politics. You know what I mean? Of which we hold so dearly. And we have this allegiance that we have to these different parties, but these same parties are filled with bullies. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate because, you know, a lot of those gentlemen, you know what I mean? This is a system that they have incorporated. And it's just recently that this is beginning to break up a little bit. You know what I mean? But it's unfortunate that so many different people in the communities have been, you know, political casualties, you know what I mean, of these people's egos and personal interests. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's why we're continuing to tell this story, because we're telling everybody that organization is and unity is what it's really about.
Right.
And we're saying that without having to say it. Once we tell you the story, you see that it was unity that got them through. You see that it was the unity of those brothers working with the ladies auxiliary in order to get that job done. You saw the organization that went into that. You know what I mean? So we're showing them the proof of concept. And on February 25th, we were founded in Pullman, 10406 South Maryland. So now we're about to celebrate that 23rd anniversary with our annual Gentle Warrior Award.
The 23 again?
Absolutely. 23 is this Mike year, baby. We going all the way. You know what I mean? So you know, I say all that to say on the 24th of February at the Parkway Ballroom, a Black lustrous place, you know, we're having our event there. The Gentle Warrior Awards. And at that awards, you know what I mean? This is our annual event where we take some people who might be in the limelight, if you will, and kind of show people behind the scenes what they've really been doing. You know what I mean? So this year we're giving Illinois State Representative LaShawn Ford one of the Gentle Warrior Awards, specifically because he was one of the state representatives who had the courage and took the initiative to take a bill to the floor for us, which would make the Pullman Porter Museum a public museum, which would then, you know, move us closer to being able to ensure that we tell this story in perpetuity, because it's bigger than myself. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't necessarily even like to be introduced as who I am in concern to the museum, because, you know, with the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, it wasn't about Randolph. It was about the movement. You know what I mean? Because had it only been about one man, then they could have pinpointed one man, and then that would have been the organization's demise. You see what I'm saying? So we appreciate LaShawn Ford doing that, because that's his fraternity brother. You know, they're both members of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Okay. So, you know, he just came over and he's really been about that. And prior to that, for years, you know, me as a young man had been really watching him, you know, and honestly just looking up to him, the way that he was able to navigate through that system, you know what I mean, with the level of dignity, respect, and integrity that I hadn't seen normally in those seats. You know what I mean? There's always room for improvement. in every seat, but just from a general perspective, that I like that. And then a lot of the people that I looked up to would always vouch for him. You know what I mean? So as we got a little closer, I just really began to see that. So he's getting a General Warrior Award. Robert Townsend, you know what I mean? He's getting a General Warrior Award, specifically just for making that piece that basically illustrated this story, about the Pullman Porters, using his gift to actually tell a story. He's shooting a movie right now. So
he's shooting movies.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was still in the movie.
Yeah, so I don't want to say yes or no right now. You know what I mean? But he's definitely getting an award though. Beulah McLeod, principal of Walter H. Diet High School, the first arts enrollment high school on the south side of Chicago. Another triumphant young sister who is really changing the game as far as education is concerned, quality education is concerned in our urban communities. At a school that was slated for to be closed. You know what I mean? And her ability to reach back into the community and pull people up who helped her get to that level. Artists like Leonard GLC Harris, who created the first ever Inglewood sign. City landmark sign in Inglewood. You know what I mean? So all of these people, they have a frame of mind that's about bettering the communities that they come from.
Okay.
She worked with a lot of different artists to help them, pretty much fill the school up. And for our Change Agent Award category, Jackie Algie, she's Vice President, Director of External Relations for SEIU Healthcare. So she's getting one because she's another trailblazer who's really been beating the pavement for years. You know what I mean? And nobody really knows what it is that she do, but we do. So we want her to know that we appreciate that, and we salute her in that. And also Derek Brown, urban programming director of urban programming at iHeartRadio. He's getting an award for a number of different reasons. You know what I mean? But what we're doing is we're not only just awarding people, but we're holding them to a standard. We're saying, look, this is a legacy that we're entrusting you with, and we want you to go forth encouraged and inspired to keep this going. You know what I mean? And that's why we identify people, in that regard. And also, there's a young lady by the name of Ginger Birkenball, and she's the CEO of Burke Creative.
Okay.
So what she's done is she's introduced a lot of minorities, a lot of Black folks to Google. You know what I mean? And how to use that in order to build up your business. And she's helping a lot of small businesses by holding workshops in the community. So what she's doing is she's closing the digital divide with information that she's been privy to. You know what I mean? A lot of people could just leave us out here because, everybody else knows how to use this. Everybody uses social media different than our people. We get on there, we talk about people. These people, they got pages where they're selling stuff and analytics and this and that and this and that. And when I went to the social media workshop at the Mercantile Exchange building a few years ago, I learned that. And from that point on, I began to kind of take it a little differently. So what she's doing is basically using that, integrating Google, all types of media, and showing people how to better themselves in their businesses. So we appreciate her doing that, being a trailblazer. And she's a change agent in that regard.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
And what date is that on again?
That's Saturday, February 24th.
Okay.
So that's a black tie event. Always a sellout event. It's at the Parkway Ballroom. Wear your finest, come on out and just enjoy and celebrate Black excellence.
I love it. You said one of the operative words, I heard you as you talked about one of the individuals, and I guess all of them would probably fit this category, but you mentioned the word courage.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody having the courage. I think you were talking about LaShawn Ford, to take a particular bill on the floor and to introduce it. And that's why I said what I said in the very beginning. So the gentle war. What is it called? The gentle warrior. So why do you call it gentle?
Because
warrior?
That's what they used to refer to A. Philip Randolph as. That's why I say A. Philip Randolph.
The gentle warrior.
Yeah, because he was a gentleman that once again.
I like that because I mean, look, there's this book that I recommend everybody to read. It's called The Way of a Peaceful Warrior. The Way by Dan Millman.
Absolutely.
By Dan Millman. That's a great book. The Way of a Peaceful Warrior.
Absolutely. He was very diplomatic in the way that he did things, but he wasn't passive in the way that he did things. There's a difference. Some people just, they play that part, but they're not pushing through. And those moments where it's, inconvenient or uncomfortable, or when it really matters. You know what I mean? Like when you're in that space, in those back rooms, if you have the opportunity to get there and you're not pushing for our people right then and making those people respect and honor your culture, your people, then you're doing us a disservice and you in the way, really.
Why do people want to go? And you, from your perspective,
well, no, because they're not trained to be there though.
Well, that goes back to what I was saying, that what Minister Mike said. There are people who are good people, and they could be smart people,
right?
But do you need to be trained, or should
absolutely,
you be born?
Absolutely.
So you think you should be trained to be a leader?
Primary example,
or
right?
born as just part of who you are?
Nah, like leaders definitely must be trained. Leaders need to learn how to follow first and foremost. If you can't follow, you can't be a leader. So there has to be some sort of level of training there. And then you just wake up, I'm a leader. No, it don't work like that. You know, it don't work like that.
We had a whole lot of them.
You don't know what to do.
Just like that. Hey, I'm a leader.
Now you may have some passion, and it's well received and appreciated.
Bro,
you may have a genuine concern and love for our people, right? But that doesn't mean you had a capacity to go and build a 3-story building
or a hidden motive.
You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that you know how to do that.
For the most
but if you enter as an apprentice and sit under somebody and learn how to do it and watch them do it and complete a couple projects, then maybe you might have the capacity to go build a building. So same thing with leadership. You got to watch some people. You got to sit at some people's feet. You got to serve some people. You know,
let's take Dr. King.
Yeah.
So let's take
Dr. King, who was mentored by A. Philip Randolph. You know, he wasn't just fresh out the paint who he was.
That's right.
Nah, yes, he came from a background, where his father was in clergy, but that's not what they were teaching in there like that.
He was an organizer.
He you know what I mean? That wasn't that. It was when he started talking to these people like King that it started to make sense. And his thinking began to evolve. That's why on his last words, he was talking about equity and finance and this and that and this, that.
And what else? Unity,
absolutely.
Dr. King knew at some point that there was no way for us as a people, as a whole, to get any place unless we organize and put our petty differences to the side, because that's what's keeping us from making true progress, is these little stupid petty differences. And let me just give these number. Our people call in at times. I know a lot of people say they just like to listen, but 708-223-8953. If you'd like to talk to our guest, one of the new Black leadership members and the director, this brother right here of the A. Philip Randolph Woodman Porter Museum, 708-223-8953.
And if anybody can call in right now and tell me what year the Brotherhood of Sleeper Car Porters was organized, then you're going to get 2 free tickets to the General Warrior Awards.
Oh, wow.
We're going to do that live on the air right now. I'm making that sanction right now.
If they know what? Hold on. If they know what?
If you could call in and tell us the year that the Brotherhood of Sleeper Car Porters Union was founded, then you get 2 free tickets to the A. Philip Randolph Gentle Warrior Awards 2018.
And if somebody's smart, they all on Google right now.
Hey, listen,
they all on Google right now with the smartphone. Use your smart telephone and Google that information. You get how many tickets? How many tickets you give it out?
2 tickets.
Somebody got 5 tickets.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, you can't see. Minister Michael knows the date, but too bad the year. So if you know
so once again, the year that the union was founded. The year that the
call
union was
708-223-8953 and get these free tickets if you know the year.
And meanwhile, while you all are doing that, we're also having a job hiring fair at the museum tomorrow. Once again, just
tomorrow.
We're actually just trying to be the change.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get that over to the general right here to look at that.
Oh, I like it. I like it. You got the sign up there. You're hiring safe passage, folks. That's tomorrow, Tuesday, from 10 to 2 p.m. Okay. And the location is 104. Is that 06? 10406 South Maryland Avenue.
And this is all being brought to you by the Black United Front.
Okay. The Buffy Black United Front. Brother Nkrumah.
Shout out to the legacy and and the groundwork that the ancestor Henry English put down for
Oh, absolutely.
a genuine brother, a trailblazer.
Love him, love him, love him.
Truly a gentle warrior in my eyes. And, someone who created a system that instills, the perpetuity of our Black institutions.
Oh, them tickets gone.
You know what I mean? So shout out to him. And I'm honored and blessed that we can carry on that legacy at our institution tomorrow. You know what I mean? So you all come and get a taste of what this is all about.
All right.
We got somebody calling in? Somebody ready for these 2 tickets?
How you doing? First of all, introduce yourself, because if you're the ticket winner, we'd like to know your name.
My name is Sheree.
Sheree? Okay, Sheree. You know the answer? You think you do? Come on, let's hear it.
All right.
1925?
All right, 1925.
Huh? Is she right?
1925.
Let's give her a hand. Come on, man. Y'all got to give it. All right, all right.
In August of 1925 at the Elks Lodge in Harlem, New York, A. Philip Randolph presided as the president of the first Black labor union, the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters. So hundreds of porters packed the room in Harlem, all the way from Chicago.
Well, this young lady want to know, after you finish your speech, where did she pick up her tickets?
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll get your contact information and we'll get in contact with you to get you your tickets.
Can we get it now? Okay.
He'll get it for you.
He gonna get it.
All right.
Okay. So, wow, that was good.
Yeah, absolutely.
She said, I think she knew all the time. She knew. She just wanted to make it dramatic.
Yeah. So once again, that
maybe she was looking at Mike hands.
Yeah. But that hiring event tomorrow, though, it's for the safe passage workers. So the gentlemen that you see, the gentlemen and the sisters that you see standing outside the schools doing security, they're doing that. For the schools of Gwendolyn Brooks, D.S. Wentworth Elementary, Percy L. Julian, Harvard School of Excellence, Finger High School, and Morgan Park High School. So they're hiring safe passage workers for all of those sites. So if you or somebody else is looking for employment, gainful employment, they want to come by, you all come on by, 21 years or older, GED or high school diploma, unfortunately, no felonies or multiple convictions, unfortunately. Able to pass a background check and drug screening, and able to work and stand outside all weather's conditions for up to 4 hours. So once again, come by the Pullman Porter Museum tomorrow from 10 to 2 and see what's going on. And if you all have youth who are looking for employment, we also have jobs for them as well at our Museum 44 program. So you can go to afterschoolmatters.org, fill out an application, and put Museum 44 as the program. Once again, that's Museum 44, Museum 44.
I love it.
So, we want to get everybody hired. We want the parents working. We want the kids working. And together, we're going to build a successful economy where we can learn how to recycle that dollar back into the community. You know what I mean? We can't talk about buying Black right now, for our targeted market can't even reach the price point because they're not gainfully employed. You know what I mean? So we want to provide as many opportunities as possible while simultaneously inspiring our people to know what to do with that money and that power. And that's organized and unified.
Yeah, well, very good, man. It's good to be able to, over these airwaves, point people into directions where they can get a job or some opportunities. It's always good.
We just getting warmed up.
We continue to fight, and as we continue to try to get into the hearts and minds of our people, because there are a lot of things right now, man, that it's not issues that we need to be covering as much as it is acting on what we know already. We got.
Can I just jump right in right now? It's a full moon. I'm feeling this. I have a problem with the influx of celebrities, wealthy celebrities that are trying to entice our people into boycotts and things of that nature. Where were you when the other 100,000 or million was made? Where is that money that we're protesting for going to?
Teach.
Are you all enlighten me? Now, if there are some programs going on, I applaud them. I want to know about them and showcase them. If not, I think that that's something that we all need to be looking at before we just jump on these things. I heard a very wealthy man, get on platform and say, it's not about the money, it's about this. But that's easy for somebody who don't have to worry about a bill to pay, say. You know what I mean? When is the last time that you had to worry about how you were going to eat? You know what I mean? Or how you were going to have enough money to transport to point A to point B, Or when was the last time that you was worried about that 5-day notice? When was the last time you was worried about, do I have enough on my link card this month to take care of me and my kids and my family? You know what I mean? So, we got to be very, very careful of how we allow people who are wealthy and famous romanticize this whole struggle and revolution, if you will.
Yeah,
you know
and
what I
then
mean?
It's sad that
hold their feet to the fire.
Yeah, but it's a game. So the folks who control the media, they control the narrative. So they put it out in front of us, and some people putting themselves out front. And think about it. Look at the voices and the disunity that you hear, the people that you see on Periscope or you see on YouTube. The same suspect.
Oh no! So I just saw that for the first time.
The same clowns, man. See, and they know damn well they ain't not promoting.
This is what I'm talking about.
And they love to be in the company of these celebrities, and then
energy and time.
Right.
We can't get it back.
Jay was slick when he said that, because he was like, "See, I don't want you all to think I'm in this so deep that I'm gonna be giving up some dough. It ain't about the money."
Yes, it's about the money.
It's about that money, bro. So we can take your money that you gonna have when you gone, gonna still be here, to buy all kind of land for agriculture, for housing,
to
produce everything
mental
that
health
we
treatment.
need. You got to be a fool to think
job training
economically.
Man,
I'm sorry, politically. We're going to bail ourselves out of that. No, we need that moolah.
We need it. We need it. Kick it on down.
But see, it's a trick. Yeah. Because even those folks have not. I mean, you think about it. Tell me one block, one neighborhood, one city that any of them have decided to go and buy up a whole section of, I'm talking about a lot. I'm talking about a lot of it, not one or two.
I know the brother T.I. I know he's been.
I love that cat.
Yeah,
T.I. is a whole different kind of energy. T.I. shows up.
It's a couple of other brothers who enter that as well. Big boss dude from Houston. Boss Hard, what's his name?
That went back and bought up the community and developed it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good, but not too many.
Yeah, not too many.
Not too many.
So I think more than anything, we should applaud and showcase the ones that are. Show them that proof of concept. Look, this is what you can do. You know what I mean? This is what you should be doing. Because I talked to one artist, and he told me, man, I would love to do that type of stuff. I just don't know where to start. Like, that's not my thing. I'm a rapper. I don't know nothing about no business. And I appreciated his humility in that space, because you know what I mean? We have artists. I mean, we have activists who are like that, who jump up there and say, I'm economic development, right? And then they give you a check and you don't do nothing with it. You know what I mean?
And we don't see them no more either. Why they got that check?
You don't do nothing
with it. And they start riding slick, living large. Hey, listen, they learn, but guess what? They had mentors.
Listen, and that's not to be, the crab in the barrel that says someone can't live a prosperous life.
Oh, nothing.
You know what I mean? But that's to say that, like, do you even have a plan for our people?
No.
Like, is there even a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow in your vision?
No, sir. No, sir. And they've been missing in action. I'm not gonna call these guys names. I'm kind of glad decided on their own to disappear. Now I don't know if they got something.
Hopefully they still working on behalf of the people, man.
Well, they never were working on behalf of the people. So hopefully they'll get their act together that one day to come and unify to work on behalf of the people.
Absolutely.
I'll put that out there, because we opened the doors up at our first quarterly, right? Roundtable, leadership roundtable. We invited everybody and their mama. We didn't care what your affiliation was, what your title is, how much money you got, if you a Mason or Elk or Q or Kappa or Muslim or Christian, whatever. You were invited. You didn't show up because you really are not at all thinking smart and wise. And the only way we gonna get out of this is that we roll up our sleeves, we put our little egos and leave them outside of the door, and we decide We gonna clean up that yard right there, and everybody gonna start picking up something, and that yard gonna be clean just like that. That's the mindset that we have. Nothing else. No other reason to come together unless it's to work on projects. But you got to show up. And as long as you're over there and feel like you can do your own little thing, well, guess what? See how much you get accomplished. We are hurting because of disunity. Disunity. So, Dave, if people visit the museum, when they walk out of the museum or walk in first, what is it that you automatically begin to tell them as far as like the youth to be inspired? Because the union piece, I don't know if they gonna get that.
Yeah, no, we start at slavery.
Okay, good.
We let people see, you know what I mean, what worst case scenario looks like. Just off back, you know what I mean? We show them that so that they can understand why it was important and the strength that came from that story. You know what I mean? And we're not saying that to say that's where our lineage starts, because, you know, I'm an advocate of making sure that our people know that we didn't just start at slavery.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But that's where this whole union workforce story begins, because post-slavery is when they went down to get, you know what I mean? These were the first jobs, really. You know what I mean? So that's why we start there. And then from there, you know what I mean? It's like a feeling that we sell there. You know, this isn't just a building with pictures. It isn't just a traditionally styled museum. It's a feeling that you get when you walk in. It's like, wow, that's the first response we always get. Primarily because it's smack dead in the hood. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, you right in an impoverished neighborhood, and then you just look up and here's a hidden jewel right here. So when you walk in, you're not expecting it to be what it is. This could be somewhere downtown. You know what I mean? And that's what I like first and foremost, because it shows the discipline that we as facilitators and managers of the museum have. You know what I mean? We clean up outside. You know, we clean up on the inside. You know, our presentation is everything.
Isn't it sad though, you know, just to hear you say that, you know, a place that beautiful, it could be downtown, but it should be right where it is. And we develop what's around it with the same mindset that's inside that building.
Exactly. And once again, that's exactly what this is about. That's why there is birthed from this vision Randolph's Dream Community Development Corporation. Because what we're doing with the CDC is fostering the usage of cultural economic development under the broader umbrella of tourism.
Do you go up to Randolph Elementary School during Black History Month?
You know what? I do not. And
man, you got to go up there, and I'm gonna help open the door. Because
I would love for somebody to facilitate that.
No, it's done. It's done. You should go up there. I mean, doing Black History Short Month. You got to do it fast. We don't have that many days for February, but man, that's appropriate.
Yeah,
that bothers me, because it's like a school named after some great musician, and they don't have no instruments.
Yeah.
Not any. So it don't even make sense.
Yeah. Ironically, the museum's closed in Black History Month. That's how serious we are about this thing. You know what I mean? We do this for real. This isn't just for a month. You know what I mean? So during Black History Month, we out in the field. We taking this story to different places.
Good.
I'll be traveling to New York next week. Come back Sunday, leave back out to go to Los Angeles the next day. You know what I mean?
So you need anybody to carry the bags? I carry bags. That's how I make these trips around the globe. Carrying David's bags. He's just behind the scene. I'm the fool taking all the pictures and at all the parties. David laying up getting rest. Yeah. And then when it's time for me to get his bags, I get his bags because I want to make the next trip.
Yeah, we're going out there to bring back some resources, very frankly.
So what are you in New York?
Yeah.
So in New York. Now, who are you going to be talking to in New York?
So I'll be talking with some theater and dance people out there who we want to bring some productions to Chicago.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So we're going to be instrumental in making sure, first and foremost, there are resources that will benefit the community.
What day we going? I mean, what day you going? I'm sorry. What day you going?
I'm gonna get on that here. I don't want nobody at the airports waiting on me. That's that little militant one. Get him.
What about LA? What day we going to LA?
Yeah, we gonna be there. Just know that.
Well, I already got invited to LA because a brother from LA called me and say, "Hey man, can I bunk with you during Savior's Day?" So
But
I got it worked out. And you know who that brother is?
Who?
The great, well, he used to be formerly known as Tony King, but it's Malik Farrakhan. He stayed with me every time, man. He'd come to the city. So whenever I go to LA, oh brother, I never have to worry about a place to stay.
I'm going to LA because some brothers who are originally from Chicago, they're R&B singing group. They used to be they used to be backup singers for Lenny Kravitz, ironically. Toured the world with them, and these brothers broke away, started their own thing. Their father used to be in the music business back in the day. He was a manager with Chess Records and all that. So he was one of the guys that was fighting on the front lines for where his name's his last name's Garner, Ed Garner.
Okay.
So you know,
Chess Records.
Yeah. So you know, this is a guy, like I say, who was on the front lines to create a lane for where these young guys are now, who are now using this as a form of cultural economic development. So, you know, he's a part of our team. His sons are his offspring naturally. And they were so, you know, overwhelmed by the culture. They named the name of their group, the Pullman Porters.
So David, I want to, before we get off, there's a couple of questions I thought about posing to you today. And one of the major ones is, what really moved you to be so into this movement? Because it's a movement versus a moment, and because it's something that has existed and is powerful. But is this the fuel behind you? I mean, because you're involved with other projects, but what makes you so passionate about this whole piece?
Which whole piece? When you
A. Philip Randolph and the
that's the
museum.
I went to when I went to Florida A&M University in Tallahassee, I majored in political science, but I had a minor in urban development and urban planning and economic development.
Okay.
So with that, you know what I mean, I was trained as a planner. I just go work in the planning department right now if I just wanted to trade, you know. So as far as development, I have a different idea of how
we wouldn't see you again. He gets that big $100 million job planner, and then you wouldn't show up.
So I say that to say, you know, when I look at things, I always look at it from a building perspective, right? So at the foundation, we always start it, you know, at the ground level, carve out that basement to make sure the foundation is solid. Then from there we move up and we build up, right? So in that same respect, my foundation is the ancestors, is that culture, is the museum's storyline, because that's what trained me since I was a young kid. You know what I mean? So I never said, okay, I'm a evolve and then do something else. I said, I'm gonna evolve and then stack on more bricks and keep building. Because sometimes, you know, we'll do some and then move around, just leave it hanging over there. We're not trying to do that. We building over here. So every additional thing that you see is grounded by the museum. Everything. I'm to Museum 44, where hip hop meets history. You know what I mean? Randolph's Dream, Community Development Corporation. Randolph's Dream, making you master of your economic fate. That's what he said to those brothers in 1925. Jeez. You know what I mean? I mean, everything, the Shy City Record Pool, the educational portal for artists who want to get into the music business. Everything is all connected. You know what I mean? So that being my foundation is important, because that shows unity, power, and respect. And I represent lineage of civil rights leaders that got stuff done. I never wanted to applaud people for, I didn't want to applaud a fish for swimming. You know what I mean? What did you get done? What am I benefiting from right now? Is it when you see a black man come to your door and deliver your mail? Randolph and them did that when they got Executive Order 8802 signed, which banned all discriminatory practices in work-related fields in the armed forces. You know what I mean? So all those government jobs that y'all got, Randolph and them did that.
But give me that analogy, you know what I mean? About the fish swimming.
I'm not applauding for a fish who just swimming.
I see. We end up being on somebody's table.
Yeah, show me something.
Somebody shaking us up in a bag with some meal, cornmeal on us, and put us in some hot grease, and we dinner for people.
Yeah, that's it.
And we just swimming around, showing out without a purpose.
So that's why I'm glad about that. In addition to, you know, me having a close relationship with God, you know, and understanding that that's my divine appointment. Like once he shows you the vision, you don't have no choice but to go with it at that point. You can't say, oh no, I'm gonna just do this over here. Nah, you already knew what you were supposed to do. Go do it. I tried to veer off before. in my struggle to become a man when I was younger, got myself in some trouble. You know what I mean? But as soon as I woke up and then humbled myself and said, okay, I'm gonna just walk this path, then everything just started lining up. It took some years of struggle and dedication and sacrifice. People thought it was an easy ride, but it wasn't. Like I said, I got back from Florida A&M in 2007. It's 2018. You know what I mean? I've been walking this road ever since. Lost people along the way. I lost a lot of people along the way. You know what I mean? But this is what it's about. This is the mission.
You're a blessing, bro, because you got that kind of experience, and you have a degree in. You got one in urban planning, right? Mm-hmm. And the other one is in what?
Well, no, that's all together. Political science.
Political science.
Yeah, and that was my minor.
You never wanted to run for office?
I did at one point in time. I did until I really pulled back that curtain and saw what was back there. And realize that it wasn't no power back there. It's just people pontificating like they got some power to do something. You can't even help our people out. You in office monitoring these $1 million budgets, and you all can't even fund the business that you want. It's a disgrace. It's a mockery. I don't want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of the people that got the bread that's going to change our community and liberate our people. I don't want to be a person back there posing. You know what I mean?
Because it's
embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Is symbol without substance.
Yeah, I mean, I respect the political landscape. But me personally, I have a different level of understanding of how everything goes. So I want to put my power to where it can be used and benefit my people.
I love it. Yeah. I love it, bro. I know people who are viewing this are proud of you, man, because every time I hear you speak, I learn a lot from you, brother.
I appreciate
David.
that, brother.
I'm glad. I would like to be at I wish I could have called in and got those tickets.
No, you would definitely be there.
Okay.
You on the God squad.
I started to text somebody and say, get those tickets. It's 19.
No. The new black leadership will definitely be in the house.
No, I mean, I am very, 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 really serious about, your work in the community. I'm so glad that the way you talk about it, it's a vision that travels. Mm-hmm. That's what makes.
That's all we do every day.
Right.
We're traveling. We're traveling eastern bound on a day-to-day basis.
Right. And so
searching for knowledge and light. That's it.
See, I love it,
That's
bro.
it.
I love it. And Dave, we're getting ready to close out. We got just a couple of minutes left. As a new black leader, and really a thought leader, and someone that the community love and respects, right away, I always want people to know, where can they find you?
PullmanPorterMuseum.com.
Okay.
On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, PullmanPorterMuseum.com. Just start there and see what we got going on, who it is, what it is we do, and who we are. And follow us on social media and stay updated what's going on. But PullmanPorterMuseum.com, everything's right there.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Very, very good. And so thank you, bro. I mean, I really appreciate you showing up, and I knew you would have a lot to offer the people. And that's what we got to do. We got to continue to promote unity.
Absolutely.
We got to promote organizing, and we got to put a clean glass next to the dirty glass. Mm-hmm. We ain't got to spend time just condemning the dirty glass.
Not one word.
Just put a clean glass next to it.
Not one ounce of energy will be spent on that. We got too much to do.
Baragani, shalom, assalamu alaikum.
I am because of who we are. Unity
in our community. And folks, please share this with other people, because the information is very, very, very important, and we got to continue to get it out there. And those of you all that are listening, that you have radio shows or television shows, or you have platforms, please start studying, start realizing. I mean, you can still have your popularity and all of that stuff, and tell a few jokes here and there, but make sure at the end of all of that, it's about liberation. It's about salvation for our people, because we cannot continue to just look this madness in the eye and turn a blind eye to condition that we know we can fix on our own. So anyway, thank you for tuning in.
You putting that down like a rap, Jack.
Oh man, damn, you got that on tape.
You got to mix that on, man.
Damn, I need to mix that on tape. Y'all heard that? I don't know what the hell I just said.
We gonna get you together, man.
David and he think it was hip hop.
That's all it is.
Peace and love. See you next time. Thank you, Brother David.
Black power.